All right, and we're back. Hello, hello. I see Jack's here. Maybe I wasn't live a second ago, but I thought I was live. I don't know. We'll see. Today we're playing Darkest Dungeon, and I don't have the game up right now. I'm just letting everybody join in who wants to join. I have been hanging out with some of my shield bearers on yesterday morning for me, night for them, and we played a game of Dragon Slayer. It was super fun. Yeah, dude, my ear trumpet's here. Dude, you missed out. Okay, you should have joined us. We were playing Dragon Slayer. It was super fun. You have a spot at the table whenever you want to come. It was a blast. Jack McCarthy was there, um, and I saw he was in the chat. He left a little message. A couple of the other guys too. I'm not going to give away any names, but we had a blast. It was super fun. It gets me excited, but I told him I was like, I'm going on a vacation to Hong Kong for the May holiday. At the beginning of May, everybody gets off work, and so I'm going to be overseas yeah, I'll be overseas, South China Sea, for a week. And so whenever I come back, we'll try to get another game in. It's okay, man. Get on the Discord whenever you want. They're quite chatty. Let's see how the light looks. If I can just dim this out. Let's see. Is this a necessary light? Yeah, I think so. We're having a blast for sure. And so if you want to join, feel free. Contribute as little or as much as you want, but I can tell you, like, the excitement's there. We're having a blast. And so let's see. Let's switch over to the game, and we're going to talk a little bit about Darkest Dungeon because but the guys are sharing it. So it says you don't have the rules. The guys are sharing it. I tried sharing it, but it's a little bit more complicated because I'm overseas and, like, but it's very. I did share some screenshots of the classes, and so you could just roll up a character with the classes, and then I tell you the rules. That works as well. But yeah, a lot of the guys are buying the book, and they're like, "Oh man, you should get like a promo code option," because we're making money for Greg. He deserves it. I mean, his book's amazing. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty tech ignorant as well. I've had such a hard time setting this stream up. Um, I don't know if you remember from last time, the sound was messed up. The first time I tried, there was no audio at all, and then the second time I did it, it sounded like the music was like dragging and like, and so I'm pretty sure I've got the music fixed and set up right now. I've been reading H.P. Lovecraft, man, and I'm like obsessed with Eldritch horror, and so I'm thinking about Call of Cthulhu. My next YouTube video is going to be about Call of Cthulhu, and I wanted to play some Darkest Dungeon, which is basically Lovecraft in a video game. So let's get started. I'm going to switch over the stream, so it's going to blast you with music like really quickly, but hopefully it's not too loud. Let's see. Okay, it's actually kind of quiet. All right, so you should be able to hear the game sound now. All right, so I made a Scutifer save file, and so let's just listen to the audio just real quick. Make sure it sounds right.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient.
Is it loud? Is it too loud? Is it quiet? Road,
and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. steel yourself. And remember, there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell. But in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Excellent news. Glad to hear it. And so this is a class-based game. Every week, or every mission takes 1 week of in-game time. And you are trying to recover artifacts and treasure. So, dude, it is so fun. And so you're trying to recover artifacts and treasure that will help you unlock weapons and armor so you can figure out what is going on beneath the mansion that your patron, some family member of yours, the ancestor, has given to you. And so you hire mercenaries and they will do the jobs for you. You have to use these mercenaries wisely because there's this trade-off between like just using them as cannon fodder and, you know, letting them go insane or letting them get murdered and just taking the treasure and abandoning them, or for like the really valuable classes with good skills and no like particular weird sanity hangups, you want to kind of protect them. And so there's always this trade-off. And like this first mission, you only get 2 people, but from that point on, you get 4. And so it's always don't abuse them so much where they go insane. And also, if they're kind of cannon fodder, you can just use them up and spit them out and have no regard for their safety. So there are a couple of stats here that matter. If you're looking at the bottom left of the screen, you can see the hearts, which is their HP, and then there's like this little white and black symbol. That's their sanity. So you don't want them to go too crazy.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Okay. So we traverse down corridors. It's a side view game. I love the art style.
This thug in brutal fashion.
Anytime there's an exclamation point above their head, it means that they're surprised, and so you get a combat round. Now, the guy who goes first, they do roll dice behind the scenes, but the guy who usually will go first is this ranged guy in the back. His name is Dismas. He can use his blade, or he can shoot his gun. And the spells that you start with are always randomized as well. So it's kind of, you just never know what you're going to get. So I'm going to start with the blade, and you can see for each spell, on the left there are some yellow dots, and on the right there are some red dots. The red dots are the people that I can hit with this spell, because there can be up to 4 enemies in a line, so I can hit the first guy, the second guy, but I can never hit the third guy or the fourth guy with this spell. But if I try this spell, I can hit all 3 of the first, second, and third people in the line. This one isn't even an option because I can only hit second, third, and fourth, and there is no second, third, or fourth. And this one is to break people out of stealth, and again, only hits the back few lines. So I'm going to go for this blade thing, and it's going to cut him, and then it's going to make him bleed every turn. Nice. And then my big guy here, he's the tank, he's the paladin. He can do damage, he's not a massive damage dealer, but he does mess up the undead. And that'll come into play later. But what he's really good for is this stun effect. And so you want to stun guy. Oh, I just crit and blew him up anyway. You want to stun people as much as you can in this game. You do not want the bad guys taking turns. It's all about action economy. And here's a little tent. I'll check and see what's inside. Some gold. And gold is a necessity. You have to buy armor, you have to buy upgrades, and so it's all about getting treasure. Now we got a big dude enemy.
The rightful owner has returned,
and they went first too, that's not good. So this big guy, he takes up 2 spots, and so there's actually 3 ranks filled up right now. I think I want to take out the dude in the back. And so I'm just going to shoot my shot with my gun. And it's going to take a little while. But, oh no, not this dude. Oh man, I took a big chunk. And I'm going to try to stun this dude so he doesn't take a turn next turn. And he is stunned. So then we re-roll again, and now this time I'm up first, and I can take this guy out. And he won't get a turn, and then the big guy was stunned, so he doesn't get a turn, so it goes right back to me, and now we start chopping him down. We re-roll initiative, it goes to me. See, it's all about, like, action economy. Now, if you stun them one time, the next turn, they're very likely to resist, and so you can't just keep stunning them over and over. At a certain point, you have to alternate between stunning and doing damage, and I'm going to try to stun here. Yep, because he's just got so much health, it's not easy to take him out. And, oh, and the bleed effects do stack, and so every turn we're going to start like seeing like some pretty big chunks. Oh, I missed, not good. Yeah, now he's bleeding for 4, and he still doesn't get a turn, so coming back around, let's finish him off. And we succeed.
The greater the glory.
At the end, there's always some treasure, some gold. These relics, I forget what they're called, sigils of honor, and these deeds. You collect these as well. They unlock purchases. And there's this trap right here. There is a chest here that is locked, and the game is trying to rig you. They want you to open this and just automatically take like some kind of like bad effect, because without a key, you always will set off the trap. But we're going to do it just to demonstrate what that looks like. And so let's switch over to this guy. He's trapped. I take a blight. Oh, and there's no treasure inside, but it's okay because the mission is over and the poison goes away. Yeah, so that's like the introduction and a very easy, a very like simple quest. And guys, feel free to chat. Like, I'm here to chat, talk, hang out with you guys. Like, it's all good. Whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about the Dragon Slayer game that the Shield Bearers are playing in. Super fun. They do level up as they get through different quests. They will level up, and eventually they will out-level some of their peers. And so that's another thing you need to be keeping in mind as you're leveling up your heroes. You don't want all of your best ones to get too far ahead where like the lobby trash guys can't even assist them anymore.
Hamlet, these corrupted lands.
All right, so that was week 1. Now,
and you are bound to them.
I always have to. These are just, I don't know why I didn't turn off the pop-ups, but you always have to recruit people, bring them in. And so some of the stuff is still locked, like the tavern. I can't reduce stress in the tavern. I can't cleanse any insanities in the sanitarium. And the abbey, I can't pray for, relief from the chaos. And so only a few of these things are unlocked. The blacksmith and the guild, this is where you get your armor and weapons upgraded and your spells upgraded. I can't do anything there yet. The graveyard is who died. Right now,
end up here,
this is empty.
covered in the poisoned
I want it to
earth,
stay empty for a while.
awaiting merciful
There are some trinkets available. Oh, this is the anything that any like video or audio that they record for you in the game, you can come back here and watch it again later if you wanted. And then this is where you can buy some trinkets, but 10,000 gold is way out of my price range. I need to find some basic hey, hello, hi mom. I need to find some basic trinkets before I can unlock any of these like more expensive ones. And so what I can do is come over here to the stagecoach and hire some people to come adventure for me.
Fools and corpses.
This is the Vestal. She is a healer. She's basically like the top dog. I'm not quite sure I follow. Australian dollars, that is. What does that mean, my ear trumpet? My ear trumpet is struck by lightning. Yeah, and so she is the healer of the game and the best healer. There are other classes that can cast like a healing spell, but none of them do it the way the Vestal does because she can heal everybody in one turn. And then this next guy is the Plague Doctor. I absolutely love the Plague Doctor class. He poisons everybody, and we do need to upgrade this. This is the one thing that we need to upgrade because we want to always have a lot of options of new recruits that we can burn through. And to do that, we have to spend some of the little the shields and the deeds that I was referring to earlier that make unlocks. And so I'm gonna spend a little money at the Stagecoach Network to increase the number of available heroes to 3. Oh, I'm stealing myself. I see. Whenever you're like trying to game and also talk to the chat, you're like looking like, did I miss something? What? Okay, so right now we have the healer and then we have the poison guy. So the poison guy is great. He can stun and he can do poison damage. And then I've got the gunsmith who can do bleed damage. So we can cover all of the bases because the enemies all have different resistances.
And morbidity.
We want the healer in the back. We don't enjoy her being frontline. Although there is a build where you can make her pretty good in the front line. And then again, we want the Plague Doctor in the back. So let's see what spells he has to start. These are the character sheets. You can get the basic stuff, like the dodge is really important over here. Dodge, max HP, protection. Obviously, a lot of this stuff, if you play RPGs, you understand. But the spells are listed over here, and they're always randomized. So this one is great. It poisons 2 people in the back for 4 points every turn. But they stack, and so you can get it up to 12 points per tick. Very powerful. This one's really good too. It's a stun effect, but it's limited how many times you can do it in battle. It says uses per battle at the top. You can only get a couple of these. This is great. It heals just a tiny bit. If you're dying, you can just pop them right back up like a paladin heal. But it also removes bleeds and poison effects, which is so important in this game. I'm so glad that they gave me this one for free. And then this one is, some vapors. He sniffs some of his potions and he makes himself do a lot more damage and he goes faster. So this is an excellent roll because each character, when you get them, is randomized. And so this is an excellent roll for a Plague Doctor. Really, really good stuff. And then let's see what the Vestal got. Okay, she has a really good roll as well. This is the Bash. It's for a frontline version of the Vestal, which I don't really like too much, but you'll use them sometimes. And then here we have the big heal, can only be done from the back. And then we have the little heal, which I love because it is the best spell in the game. It heals everybody. So if you have multiple people who have fallen, you can get them back up. And then this one is another stealth removal effect. So we already have 2 options for that. And I think we're ready to rock. Let's get back into the dungeon and get some treasure. I can only play for about an hour today, guys. I do have to go to work. You know how it goes. So we're going to be going into the ruins, which is the undead zone. And with that, we have to be prepared. And so they bring up this screen where it's you have all these options, and if you don't know anything about the game, then you won't know what to bring. So I always just bring as much as I can afford reasonably. And so I'm going to bring 12 food, and I'm going to bring 3 shovels. I don't really need the antidote because I get 1 for free, and my Plague Doctor can cure any poisons. Same thing for the bandage. I'm going to bring 1 just in case, maybe 2 just in case, because you never know if there might be something that needs it in the dungeon. They might need these bandages for something, and you'll see as it comes up. Let's bring this. 2 keys, 1 of those, and then torches. This game is like Shadow Dark. You need light. Without light, things go crazy. Your characters start to lose their sanity much more quickly, and the bad guys are more they're more lethal because they just crit more, and they 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 also surprise more, so you'll be surprised, and it shakes up your team's arrangement. And so if you've built your team to where like the healer's in the back, but then they get surprised, it shakes them up. She could go to the front, and then she can't even use her spells, and she's just getting beaten up and dead. Yes, ear trumpet. I do have to work the weekend today. It's so lame. But it's not too bad, to be honest. It's a trade-off. So we switched our holiday. Well, we switched our work schedule to match the holiday. And so we could have an extra day in line with our holiday. We just moved a work day to Sunday, so that way we could have 5 straight days instead of 4 days, and then have 1 day of work and then go back to the weekend. Does that make sense? We switched it around. Our work day is Sunday, so we can have a longer holiday. They usually don't switch around our schedule. They're usually ironclad, but the parents were like, we want 5 days in a row for our kids. So let's get down into the dungeon. Now, the ruins are my favorite. The bleed effects don't really work down here as much as they do in other places, because these are undead and they don't have blood. But there are other monsters down here too that we'll bump into that we can use the bleed effect, but the poison works really well on them. At the top, you can see an orange bar. It has like 4 on the left and 4 orange bars on the right. That's our torch, and as we move through the dungeon, the torch goes lower. We have to burn more light to keep our sanity up. But there's a trade-off. Whenever the light is low, you get better treasure. And so there's like this choice that you get to make. Hey, Fox, what's up, dude? Yes. Is that a question, or you played this game before? Because it sounds like you know. When something goes bad and you start critting failing and like getting crit on, yes, it snowballs and things go really south. All right, we got 2 basic skeletons. They're holding clubs, so not the scariest, but what we do have here is like a situation where my plague doctor, he can't really interact with these dudes because there's only 2 enemies in the front and all of his stuff is in the back except for his buffs. And so we're just gonna go ahead and buff somebody who can really do damage. Oh, our Crusader, because he does extra damage against the undead. Let's see, we can just waste a heal here, but we can see the heal in action. It heals everybody all at once. Let's go ahead and let's just shoot the guy in the back. Decent damage. All right, so here we have the Zealous Accusation. It's gonna hit 2 people. I'm gonna go with that option. You have it. I know the pain. No, dude, it is such a fun game, right, man? Super fun. So I'm gonna hit 2 people at once, and usually you don't want to waste too much time thinking about like, should I hit 2 instead of hitting 1, unless if you know you're gonna get the kill. And so I'm gonna blast my Zealous Accusation. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Boom. Blow 2 dudes up. Got some treasure. This chest doesn't have a lock on it, so I can just open it up. Got another shovel, got some more food, and I got the little shields. So you need those to unlock other things. My bags will be full very soon, and so I will be using... Let's actually go ahead and... Let's go ahead and use the food on my archer. He's called a highwayman because he did take a little damage, and we need to keep our bags empty. Here we have an obstruction, and you bring shovels to break these up, and so that's what we're going to do right now, pressing X to clear that away. As you can see, the torch is about halfway now, and so I'm going to use 1 torch just so you can see how much light it actually gives you. There you go. Oh, right before a bad guy. All right. So the bleed effect will work on her, but she's pretty far back. So this woman with like the black skull mask, she drives your characters insane, and you can see that she just cast on the vessel a like a weird spell effect, and then her sanity just jumped up to like a whole lot. So we need to deal with her as quickly as possible. And so all of my attacks are going to be focused on the back to eliminate her. Do as much single target damage to her as quickly as I can. Yeah, here we go. Let's poison her. All right, she it should be, let's see, how much, so, okay, so she has 3 hit points, and I just poisoned her for 4 per round, and so she will die before her next turn. And so that gives me a little bit of time to do some stuns, because I don't want the enemies to take too many turns. And we will heal everybody just a little bit. Okay. It's okay. He's got a lot of hit points. He's a tanky guy. And we can buff up this dude so that way his spell. Dude, Jack, what's up, man? So glad to see you. I saw you commented in the chat earlier and before it began, so just want to say hey, buddy. I had an absolute blast in our online game yesterday. I am so glad that we're doing that, because like for me, this is my favorite hobby, playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, and my people in town, we can only play once a week, so like having that extra game feels really good for me. I don't know if I can do it every week, but when I can do it, I want to. Shoot this dude in the back, boom, blow him up, and then we got our, let's see, what is she gonna do? She's just gonna heal. When you crit, you can reduce stress, and so that's what we just saw there. Oh, nice, we dodge. We love the dodge effect, and then we're gonna just cut this dude down, blow him up as an undead. Boom, 13 damage, massive. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun, dude. Like it was a really good time. I think the dynamic of the group is gonna be good, because it's like, you know, it's a bunch of strangers. You never know what's gonna happen, but I'm really glad it worked out. So the point of this quest is I have to explore 90% of the rooms, and what is happening on the map right now, you can kind of see like it's clearing out some of the map. What's happening is we're scouting, and that's a random chance. It's a 30% chance when you open rooms. You can bring scouts, scout classes with you that will increase that, and you can also use trinkets to increase that chance. It's a very powerful effect because you can't be surprised if you map ahead and find that there are enemies coming. And so if we go to the north, there is treasure. If we go to the right, there's some kind of obelisk to interact with. We're going to go through both probably. Let's see. Oh, the torch is getting low. And so we can see that the stress has gone up. The monster's AC and damage goes up. Oh, sorry, the AC is accuracy. The monster crits are more likely, and the heroes are more likely to be surprised. But our loot has gone up, and the player crit goes up, and the monsters can be surprised as well. And so we're kind of like riding this risk of like letting the light go low, and also it's just more entertaining to watch. Oh, we found a key. We need those and treasure.
Now it must be carried home.
Okay, now we know there's monsters behind here, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna what do we want? There's a big chance that everybody gets surprised here. I'm gonna go for it. Let's see how surprised we get. We know there's monsters, so all right. So we see this lady in the back. We hate her. She is terrible. We're gonna blight her, and we crit. So that reduced his stress just a little bit. We're gonna shoot her with a gun because we got to get that damage down. She's got to go down. We will heal everybody a little bit. There's always a chance, even if we're at full health, that she crits, and then we reduce stress. And stress is the harder thing to deal with of everything. And we all just took a lot of stress. Let's see. Oh, and we're bleeding, so this is a great chance for me to either use this item here, which I'm not too concerned with it. If I was in a really bad spot, I would be bandaging, but I have a lot of ways around it. I could heal through it, or I can just use my Plague Doctor to cure him, which I might do that as well. So what we're going to go instead with, we're going to destroy this undead, because he's the Crusader, he's the Paladin, that's what he does. Oh yeah, we hate her. She's the worst, Jack. Okay, yeah, so let's just go ahead and heal him up and remove that poison effect, or the bleed effect. And then bleed this dude. We're gonna crit, reduce stress. Very nice. And can we do a little bit of damage? We might do a little bit of damage here, but the bleed will kill him, so we're gonna heal. right.
advantage. Give them no quarter.
Got some extra food. Okay, so here we have a treasure chest. We're going to use the key that we got in this treasure chest to remove the trap and get the treasure inside. So that's how you avoid all the trouble. And now we're going to the right. We can see that we've mapped. There is a purple mark on the bottom. You can see the map. It says these are traps that are set inside the dungeon. I have a guy who's pretty good at removing traps. That's the highwayman. And so he's going to edge a little closer and then press the A button. There's always a chance he fails, but we got it. And it does remove a little stress whenever you succeed on that.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
And now we can see the light has gone completely out. I don't want to travel with the light out completely for too long because it gets really dangerous. But I think we can go into this room because we know there's nothing there. And we scouted, we triggered another scouting effect, and so we can go there. And we're going to move along here. Now this bag is going to have treasure in it, and it's going to be better than if the light was full. Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff in here. Perfect. If the light had been in there, it may have been just like 25 gold instead. This is a random hunger check. You have to have food in your bag to answer those, or your characters take damage, and they go a little crazy. Heading down into the darkness, and we can see there's another wall. Shovels, remove that. Okay, now there's definitely going to be a fight beyond this door. We're gonna put a little bit of light on. We don't want to go in with like just pure insanity. All right. Okay, yeah, we got some pretty scary dudes. This guy throws poison at us and it drives you crazy. And look at her stress level just skyrocket. Not good. So we're going to poison the two dudes in the back. You always really need to deal with these backline guys. They are very vicious every time. The dudes in the front, they're tanks. They can take a pretty big beating. So we want to focus our fire on the Bone Courtier because he will ruin our day. And he's out. Very nice. But not before he drove our poor Vestal mad. This guy's got a crossbow. He does pretty good damage. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Alright, let's heal. I like stun effects, so let's stun this dude for now, so he's not doing anything. Oh, he resisted. Thank you. Alright, now we can shoot this dude in the back, and he's gonna take a lot of poison damage, so he should be done for us. We're gonna heal again. And now we can... Pretty sure this dude's dead. Yeah, he's gonna die. So we can buff somebody up. Let's buff up our holy warrior, because we're fighting undead. Hey Flint, dude, what's up, man? Just gaming, dude. You know, just hanging out. My coffee's almost low. I'm gonna have to top up pretty soon. Very good to see you, Flint. Let's just... I made a mistake. I was hoping that the buff that he got, and plus the damage to undead, was gonna be enough to like make him blow up at least the dude in the back with one try, but it didn't work. It was a gamble. But we can shoot the dude in the back. Now he's out of our way. Now the dude in the front, he's a pain. Like, he's annoying because he just can take so many hits. But since he's the only guy now, maybe we can stun him so he's not hitting us back. Oh, excellent. That little heal, it doesn't do much, but it's all you really need.
The wounds of war can be healed.
Alright, let's finish this dude. Excellent. He's out. We got a bunch of treasure. All of this stuff adds up. Just enough to fill up our bags as well. And so we have a bunch of treasure. Our team's gonna... Oh, I didn't open the treasure chest. I was too busy talking. Our team is going to level up. Yeah, they're gonna level up. The two who just joined us level. And so the two original team, they are a slightly bit ahead. And now we can see that there are some negative effects that are coming through. So Renaud now has Eagle Eye, but he also took on Curious, which is like a red effect is a bad effect. A golden one is a more positive one.
I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
All right, and so we have these 4 guys, and if we keep taking them out into adventure, they're going to stress out. They're going to go mad, and we have no way of curing them yet. Oh wait, did we unlock it?
Fresh
We did.
kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
So what we have here is the bar. Some classes prefer drinking in the bar to relieve stress, and then others prefer coming up here to the
cobwebs
church
have been
and
dusted,
praying.
the pews set straight.
We would like
The
to send our
abbey
Vestal
calls to the faithful.
into the church to pray, but we don't know if we can go into the dungeon yet without her, because we picked up three new people. These are all really cool, but we need a healer no matter what. And so what we have here, we have another backline person. She's pretty powerful. She can heal a little bit. She can blast people. She's not a bad choice. This guy's pretty good because he can act as a tank instead of our paladin, and he can shapeshift, but that causes stress because he's a werewolf. And so another highwayman is always awesome. So I think we're just going to take all 3 of them,
Shoot, bandage,
and we'll
pin.
kind of burn through them as
The
we see
dancing
fit.
Steps of war.
Yeah, it's a must-have to have the healer, because without it, like, if somebody falls, yeah, it's not great. Like, you can't do anything to help them. And so we did get 1 trinket, and what it does is it gives us a little bit of blight resist, so that's the green poison, but it drops our dodge down, which isn't great. Let's take a look at like what the next level of quests are. This is the farmstead. It unlocked. It's a continual quest. It's a never-ending quest until you die, and so I usually don't spend too much time on that in the main playthrough. So the ruins are the only place we can go, and there are 4 different quests we can take. And so when we are choosing which quest to take, we need to consider what are the rewards, right? And so I'm going to grab some coffee, and then we're going to figure out where we're going for our next quest. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we need to focus on getting some really cool trinkets. And so depending if there are any like excellence class trinkets, that's what we're going to take. So this quest will give us a bunch of gold and these deeds, which you need. And this one is the Grave Robber. We don't have a Grave Robber. It's class specific, and so we really don't want to take this quest. The next one is for the Vestal. It gives it 8 speed on turn 1, 2 speed after that, but it does lower our chance of resisting stun effects. This is a pretty good trinket. It's uncommon, which is great for us at this level. Let's see who's talking. Let's see. Oh, hey guys. Yeah. Yes, I like the style of the art. It's really cool. It's 2D. The guy's voice in the background, he actually just passed away this year, but he did the voicing for this game and also for the sequel. His voice is iconic. It's completely attached to the culture of this game. Yeah, gotta have your morning coffee, right? I'm not a grave robber, but I aspire to be. That's a pretty good quest. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Oh, this is an excellent trinket, and it's also a medium room. So this one says I have to do 100% of the room battles. That's tough. And this one says just explore 90% of the rooms. That's pretty good, and it increases my chance to add the poison for my plague doctor by 40%. Huge, but less hit points. Doesn't really matter because he's a backline guy and he can hide. And then here we have a general one, which just removes, basically makes it harder for you to get knocked around the board, which is kind of important. I'm leaning towards this one, though. This is a really nice quest. It's more gold. It's super solid. Yeah, I think we're going here. And we can go ahead and equip this. It'll give us some blight resist, but lower dodge. I'm going to just put it on my tank, I think. Oh, no, don't want to sell it. Let's see, let's see. How do we bring up? Trying to remember what button brings up the that's not it. Oh, I see. You have to hold down the R button. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put this trinket on my tank right here, and so he's gonna have a little bit more action. So who do I want to bring here? I need to bring the healer. I don't need to bring him because I have this other person I can bring in the back line. And then we can bring in Mallory here to replace and give Dismas a break. And so now we're going to look at see what spells they have available to them. So the new guy is Mallory here. So he has the same pistol shot. He has the same remove stealth one, but he's more melee focused, so he has this ability to jump forward and cut, or he can do the bleed effect. It's pretty good. This jump forward and cut ability is super powerful because anytime he's attacked, he will riposte and do a retaliatory attack. Oh, dude. Jack's over here cooking. It's too early for me. I fast at least until 12, but depending on like what lunch is available at work, sometimes I just do 24-hour fast and I only eat dinner. I try to do at least 2 24-hour fasts a week no matter what, and it's pretty easy because I don't really like the school food, and so multiple times a week I just do full fasts. I just drink coffee. But a steak would be impossible to resist. Let's see here. So this range lady, she's great. She's got like a nice little backfire effect. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it hits multiple targets. And then this one, which just directly snipes somebody. If you can mark them, then you can do a lot of extra damage. She has a heal effect, so she's a nice backup healer, but she increases the amount that you get healed, and so it's like a nice buff. And then, again, anti-stealth. We have a lot of anti-stealth stuff. So I think we're ready to go. I want to take this quest. Let's do it. We have enough time to finish it. So let's bring a bunch of food. And this is going to be an overnight adventure, so we're bringing all the food. We need this. We will be needing a couple anti-poisons, a few anti-bleeds. We'll bring one of those just in case. We need keys. We'll bring one. Now we need light. We need lots of light. This is a long adventure, so I'm going to bring... I think 13 is a pretty good number. A sliced apple with nut butter on it. Bro, that sounds delicious. Sprinkle a little cinnamon on there. Very nice. Yeah, dude, Flint, we were just talking about that at the beginning of the adventure, how when I first started the stream, how I've been reading H.P. Lovecraft. And so a part of the Bro SR philosophy, which you guys know I'm a part of, is to read Appendix N so that it inspires your games. And I recently I've read like 4 or 5 this week of Lovecraft's work, but right now I'm reading. Oh, what is it? It's in my bedroom. I forgot the name of the story. I just started it. It's The Abandoned House or something like that. The one with like the weird like fungus that's growing in the house, and everybody that has lived there has died. But I was reading The Rats in the Walls, and that story has stuck with me because the beginning is kind of meh, is a little slow in the build up, but the last like 2 or 3 pages are so incredible. Bro, I am all about playing Call of Cthulhu right now. Like, it's stuck in my head, but I have a problem with the system because I feel like Call of Cthulhu is kind of it's not a very good system. Like, it's just a railroad. Every session feels like a railroad, and like I'm trying to brainstorm how can I make it good. And my next video is going to be all about that, like trying to fix the game to where it's not just DM gives you plot device, DM gives you plot device, follow along the railroad, keep your hands and feet inside the cart at all times. Like, I don't like that kind of style of play. I've really moved away from it. And so my next video is going to be focusing on like the weak points of Call of Cthulhu and how we can broify it to make the game more my kind of game. And so I'm not trying to knock people that like Call of Cthulhu. I have had a lot of fun running Call of Cthulhu, but as a player, I wouldn't want to be a part of one of those games, because it's just like feed me the story, DM. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've only been a player one time, and the DM was not very good. And then I've DM'd it a few times, and everybody had a lot of fun, but it's just a very story game, and I just don't know if it's really my style. Can you tell me what that means? I've got the annotated Lovecraft. Is it like just like the full compendium with like little notes about each section? It's not the system, that's the scenario design. Yeah, so like I really think I'm going to spend a lot of time on making an open world, and hopefully it will improve the game. Well, when the treasure at the end of every game is insanity. Yeah. Wow. We went crazy again. We win. Well, the world didn't end, so that's what matters. Okay, yeah, and that is something to consider, Jack. Yeah, so if the players aren't good at investigating, yeah. Oh, I should have saved that for the Vestal. Yeah, I think that's true. If they're not good at doing, the experience is going to be less. I also just feel like the game lends itself to just... Oh, okay. So he has a little quirk where he has to open books, and he just got a new effect, which I'm not going to repeat. Okay. Yeah, I would like that very much, man. I very much would like that. I would love to read it. I'm going through each of these stories. I'm using it as inspiration for my games. I want to play in a Lovecraftian kind of game, and one of the people online were telling me to use what is it? Something green, Delta green, maybe. Let's dig this out of the way. All right, we don't know what's on the other side of this door, so I'm gonna fire up a torch. I don't want to risk it. Let's see if we get shaken up. Hey, nice. Okay. All right, so we only have to explore 90% of the rooms, which means we can avoid one room, and I think we can avoid this room. It's just a battle. This room has a treasure chest and a battle, and so we could skip going south here and avoid these tunnel fights. We don't want any tunnel fights because you don't get extra stuff for them. And so we come down over here, we clear this area of the hall, then we come over here and we clear all of this. This is a big adventure, and you do get to rest overnight at least once. Hopefully we can finish it before I have to leave for work. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's getting dark down here. And a hunger check. Very nice. All right, we know there's some trouble over here, so we're gonna have some light. Very, very railroady. Okay, so that's not even the fix, is it? Ah, man. Here I was hoping. All right, what we're doing here, we have to take advantage of this surprise round as best we can. So we're going to limit the amount of actions that they can get by stunning here. And we're going to try to take out the 4th back row guy. Hopefully we don't miss a bunch and not get it. We're going to do even a little bit of damage here. Anything we can do to add to the damage on this back guy, we need to hit him and get him out of the game. Nice. So now next turn we only have to face 2 enemies getting an action. Of course they're going to target her. They're going to drive her insane. She's going to lose her brain. There's always a chance when that little white bar fills up that they resist the insanity and they steal their nerves. Again, we're targeting the backline guys. Oh, we dodged. No. No. Okay, here we go. Does she go crazy? Oh, she's still a little low. Okay. Okay, we're going to heal a little bit. Reduce some insanity for the team who doesn't need it. Take the shot. We got to get rid of this team. Oh, this is so bad. They're gonna drive her crazy and just ruin my day. We're going to stun this guy this turn. Oh, and he resisted. Oh, no. Okay, this is when things start to snowball. Can we get the first action? No, don't drive her crazy. Don't lose your mind, Vestal. Here we go. Let's see. Her resolve is being tested, and she's masochistic. So she's going to start hurting herself. Okay, so she's afflicted, and she can take more stress. It says she can't, but she just hurt herself a little bit. She can double her bar, and if she doubles it, then she just dies. Your torch lasts 1 hour. Yeah. It is a lot like Shadow Dark. We're just gonna heal, try to reduce some of the stress. She's already afflicted. Let's get rid of this. No, he dodged again. Oh no. We gotta get rid of this guy. Okay. And then we're gonna take some damage here. That's okay. Not good. Not good. And he's stunned, so he won't get a turn next turn. And she's gonna get cut. Another crit. If we can survive this, it'll be okay. Let's see. We can stun this dude. No, we missed again. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, and she's going crazy. She's masochistic, so she moved herself up front. She just wants to be in the front line. And we're going to spend our turn just moving her back. That's all she can do this turn, is just move back. Oh, this is so bad. Things are just spiraling out of control. This is why people play this game. I'm going to get stunned again. No. Oh, we are losing very, very badly. Oh, and he still has 1 hit point left. It's okay, because the guy in the back who was in 2nd rank, I can move him up with this ability because it just automatically moves him up 1. And if he's the target of any attacks, he will respond with a free attack. So let's see, what does Jack say here? The toughest part of mystery investigation games is when the players jump to a hilariously wrong conclusion, yes, and then they just end up running in the direction. Yeah, that is awesome. Jack says, Flint is responding to Jack. I kind of like it when players do that. It turns my game into a sandbox. It's probably more fun. Okay, I have leaned into that before, where I think it was like two sessions back in my Call of Cthulhu campaign that I haven't run in almost a year, where they were just on the wrong trail, and I was like, actually, let's just kind of go with this and like let's see where it goes. And I just started kind of making stuff up, and it was actually pretty fun. Okay, we need to do something. We can't shoot this guy up front because she's only a back range guy, but we can heal people. So let's heal the Vestal. Oh, but she's in a masochistic mood. She doesn't want to be healed. And let's see if she hurts herself. Oh no, she just drives everybody else crazy. But she can swing her hammer. No. Knock her back. Okay, I'll take that. At least she's not in the front line anymore. And then he will come up. Oh, but she's like, no, I won't let you go up. And so he has to pass his turn. He can move back 1. That's what he'll do, yeah. She won't let him up front. She's a masochist. Oh, this is terrible. My team is in such a bad spot right now. We're gonna keep healing. We gotta get our team up. This is so bad. And he's gonna move up now. Oh no. I can't do anything. I can't do it. She won't let me heal her. And now she wants to get back in the front line. Stop going to the front line. She's a masochist. Please let me heal you. No, she won't let me. She's like, no, I won't let you heal me. Oh my goodness. Things are out of control. But he does get the free attack, and we finally got the kill. That was absolutely brutal. So what we need to do is, well, we can open this up, see what's inside. Some treasure, some really good treasure. Now we're going to move our players back to their spot. So let's start with, we need him up front. Oh, stop. She's not gonna let me move her? Are you serious? Oh no. Let me, okay, here we go. All right, she's in the back now. And we're gonna put her here, and then he'll just hop back one spot. Okay, this is how I want my order to go. I don't know how long it's gonna last like that. So let's see, can she eat some food? Maybe she'll eat. All right, she'll eat, but she won't let me heal her. Okay, oh man. It's always bad news whenever your team starts going crazy in the middle of the dungeon. It actually is, because like you just never know what's gonna happen. The Vestal has a really good chance of resisting going crazy as well, but we just got unlucky, and also I made a mistake. There was the confessional booth, and I was too busy chatting with you guys, and I just clicked on it, and I healed the Crusader's sanity in the confessional booth, and he only had like 5 stress, and she had like 50. So I could have reduced it by 20 or 30. But I wasn't paying attention, and so this game will punish mistakes, and that's why it's really fun. It absolutely punishes poor play. So I guess the moral of this story is get good. Stop being bad. Have you tried not being bad at the game? Get some treasure here. And a crate of treasure here. Cool. We don't want to use our campfire too early. The campfire will heal us. But we still have a long way to go. And so we want to get through as much of the dungeon as we can before we burn our campfire, heal ourselves up, and reduce some stress. Can I get a decent steak in Beijing? There are some masterful culinary treats in Beijing. I mean, it's a city of 25 million people, so you can imagine competition is high. People come from all over the world to be chefs here.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeyman.
It is a little, like, foreign food is different here, but you can still get very, very good food. All right, let's burn some torches. We need to light up we don't want to get too far without any torchlight. So now we're moving into the southern end of the map, and we're already choosing which room we're skipping. A trap went off, didn't see it. And so we can't miss many more rooms. Did we bring enough light? Oh man, things are getting crazy. This is a lot of enemies. Hopefully we can deal with them very, very quickly. Nice, we got a crit. That's gonna reduce some stress. We love crits. We can heal. Oh, she crit again. She's gonna heal some more of her stress. We don't want to lose this Vestal. All right, let's get rid of this guy. He's gotta go. And then maybe we can get a stun from the Crusader. We like it when they hit the Crusader. We love that. He can take hits all day. Misses are also very welcome. Let's get a stun on this guy for next turn. Oh, and he resisted. Oh, man. Okay, so focusing in the back, we're going to focus our damage back there. He needs a heal. And she's just stressing everybody out. But we're going to focus all the heal on him so he can get a pretty decent one. We're going to try to stun again. We really need a stun. Nice. Okay, so he won't be attacking. And then we can take another shot at the backline guy. So we're only going to have to deal with 2 attacks on the following. And good. He's just attacking the frontline guy. My beefy boy up front, he can take it. But yeah, some of my favorite food has been in Beijing. You can get some really amazing dishes all over the world in Asia. The food is very different, but still very delicious. Oh, we're taking a beating. We're gonna have to take... We're gonna have to take the rest after this, I think. That was a nice crit. Yeah, I think here we're gonna use the campfire here. So we took damage. We're now dying. And so if we take even one more point of damage, we could lose our character for forever. So we need to get a heal off as quickly as possible. And it's nice I have several people on my team.
Back to the pit.
She's gonna sacrifice herself. All right, so now we got the heal. He's only got 1 hit point, but now if he takes any damage, he'll just drop back to that dying phase instead of losing your character. And she's gonna try to heal a little bit more. Anything we can do to keep that healing up. Please keep hitting the Crusader. Like he can take blow after blow and just be fine.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
All right, let's go. Smack these dudes down. We might have 2 or 3 people going crazy in this dungeon. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, but we didn't get the kill. Come on, come on. Sometimes you have to take your entire turn just to move back into place. Oh, nice. Homemade tacos. Very delicious. That sounds amazing, actually. All right, let's finish this dude. Boom! He's out. All right, got a little bit more food. We need as much food as we can get. And so here...
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
What can we use? What can we get rid of? I'd say we get rid of... Because we have to make choices now. Throwing things away is the only way to move forward. We're going to use a key on this locked sarcophagus to get more treasure. So this red treasure is worth 1,250 for one little thing by itself. This is 1,000 gold. We'll take that. We need these, and so we'll take this, and then we'll pass those over here. We can eat some food. All right, and now we're going to camp. Let's get back in our positions, and we're gonna need to camp here because we're in a really bad spot. So much of our team is struggling with sanity, and so the more food you eat, the better the benefits. Everybody will heal, everybody will lose some of their stress. That's what we're going for. So dying, does this mean characters are losing points even while you're resting or walking? So they could. So damage comes in a lot of forms. It comes from bleed, poison, and direct attacks. Anytime you suffer one of those effects and you're in this 0 hit point dying phase, you could just lose your character. They die forever. But as long as they have 1 hit point, that can't happen. And so what often happens is you'll be at this dying phase at 0, and you'll also have like a poison effect on you. And at the beginning of your turn, that poison effect triggers, you take damage, and you could just lose them. And so what you have to do is you have to make sure that there's always somebody who can get a heal to them to keep them from potentially wiping. So we're going to burn all of our food except for a couple of pieces, reducing our stress, and now we get to go around and utilize our options and help get everybody out of this really bad state that they're in. They're all struggling. So this is a really nice one. We have 12 points to distribute amongst our team to either buff up their damage or reduce their stress, and we're in a really bad spot. So we're going to reduce stress across the board. Okay. She won't let me. She's like, pain is a gift. Oh, I cherish it. So she's flagellating. And then we can come over here. We don't really need the healing. Our health pool is fine. So we can... She's not going to let me reduce her stress, but we can buff up the accuracy and the damage of our highwaymen. And over here, he can buff up himself as well. So that's about as much as we're going to get out of this, because we really want to reduce her stress a lot, but she won't let us because she took masochism. And so here we go.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
In Radiance, may we find victory. Yeah, so the torch does fill up after you use your campfire. That's nice. How are we doing on... Oh no, we're out of shovels. So these bookshelves are really bad, but this guy, he's obsessed with reading, so no matter what we find in there, he's going to look at it. But all there was a map, so that's really cool. And it was a full map, so we know every room that's coming. There's only one more big fight. That is amazing news. We survived for the most part. Flatulating. Yeah, she might be flatlining here in a second. We'll see what happens. So we had to check in that room. We know that it's empty. We know that the next 3 rooms are also empty. And so we can use these purple traps that are located on the map. You can see them in the southwest side of the map. There's 2 of them. We can use those to reduce stress because we have a guy on our team who's really good at disarming them, the highwayman. This is cool. Yeah, we'll take any kind of trinkets right now. Okay, what do we have here? The Iron Maiden. Now, there are things you can use in the Iron Maiden to clean it and give you treasure. I think holy water? No, that item had no effect. Bandages? Had no effect. Oh, I just opened it. Okay, I got scared. I bet you guys saw that on camera. I was like, oh. I was like, what's happening? All right. So we're going to head down this hall, and we'll see that there is a trap. And we're going to switch the control over to this dude because he will be able to disarm it. And now it's going to reduce his stress. Yeah, see, that's actually, seeing those traps can be really good if you have somebody who can handle them.
Black as death.
Now, I don't know if the lack of light is going to reduce his chance of disarming it, but let's see what it does. Oh, yeah, it probably did.
Ambushed
it
by
probably
foul
did.
invention.
And that was enough to really make him lose it. Like, oh man, he lost it with that. So you do want a little bit of torchlight. Okay, that was a lesson learned, worth the sacrifice. Oh, and we hit the end. So, all right, what just happened? If we look at the map, a secret door has appeared. We want to go back for that. And so we have completed the quest, but we're going to go all the way back to this area that we've already cleared over here. We're not going to keep exploring. We don't want to risk any more people losing it. And so we're going to come over here, and this little yellow star that's on the map, it's a hidden room. So you move over to it, and then I think you press up or down or A. Okay, you press A, and it reveals a secret treasure. But you have to have a key, which we have a couple, to even get it. And inside, there's these massive treasures that are worth 3,500 each. That's huge. I can't believe we got this so early on in the game. And then we'll get rid of that key. And we have an amazing, it's called Barristan's Head. It's just this bloody bag. It's awesome. It gives you 25% protection, but you take 20% more stress. It's just really good for the tank. And so it's a very rare one, so we're definitely taking it. And we'll trade out some of these. Okay. And then we'll take some treasure. This was an excellent haul. This last minute discovery, it's just a random roll. Very great to see. And then now we can... Oh, his map. Oh, he went masochistic as well. Just by being, as the timer's moving along and there's no light, he just went a little crazy. But we are done. Once we can leave this room, we will leave the dungeon. And now we have an excellent trinket for the protection person. We have this new green trinket at the top, which will give us a way better chance of poisoning in the future. And while we did see some people leveling up, it doesn't matter because we're going to be throwing them out. We don't want them. And so do not feel attached to your heroes. I know that you want to, like, you get this idea that you need to be a part, like they need to be a part of the team. But this guy Mallory, we hired him for one job. He's got a bunch of stress. It costs way too much gold to try to like heal him up, and so we're just gonna dismiss him. Say, sorry, buddy, you're crazy. We don't want to hire you anymore. Now, we're in a really tough spot because our Vestal is worth healing, and we need her because she's our only Vestal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and see if we got another one. Yes. Okay, we got another Vestal. Very important to have one. And so we are running out of time. I'm going to have to wrap up the stream. I do see that some people are commenting. I have beaten Darkest Dungeon, no fun. Oh, by the way, I talked to the Random Tables team. And yeah, we're definitely cool with you coming on. Harmony was very excited about that idea. Because, yeah, dude, like, you're awesome and we would love to have you. And so we're not sure of the next one. It's coming up soon. It'll be sometime in May. After the holiday, and when that happens, I'll reach out to you on your Discord. We can set up a date and figure out like what's best for you to be able to join us and chat if you're still interested in that. So we have 3 new people. We can take all 3 of them, but let's talk a little bit about him. This guy, he's the occultist. He's pretty cool. He can do really weird, like, he taps into the eldritch darkness, and he can stun using like these like weird Cthulhu tentacles. He can also heal, but he's not very consistent with it because it's a random dice roll from 0 to like 20, and so he can heal like this massive amount. But then there's also a chance every turn where he just heals for 0 and is a wasted turn and doesn't feel good. Dude, that would be fun, man. We'd love to have you on for sure. If you do not have a torch, can you still see the map, or does it black out? You can still see the map, but the chance of scouting ahead, so you're not surprised, is way reduced. And all of the negative effects are basically like massive amounts of stress. Everybody's critting all over you. Your characters get all shifted around. It's not good. And so we will be taking the occultist. He's a fun character, but he can't be your primary healer. This is the antiquarian. So what you want to do with the antiquarian is anytime you bring her along, you get better treasure and you can stack more treasure. And so when you bring her, you basically want to bring her with a team that you're just going to disregard at the end. And so you do a no light run where all of your treasure is increased, but everybody just goes insane, but you just get a bunch of treasure and then you just dismiss the whole team. It's super fun. We're going to be doing that. And then we have our Vestal here, who is going to be our healer for the next session. And so, we are ready to rock now. And we are also out of time. I have to go to work, guys. I've had an absolute blast playing with you today. I plan on streaming this way more often now that I've got the audio fixed. You can actually hear the game music. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And I'm not sure when the next stream will be, but the next video about Call of Cthulhu and fixing it to be more BroSR friendly is coming very soon. I've already finished the script, so I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I hope you have an excellent day. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.